You were just showing me a chart that
Yes.
you made.
Yes. This chart was actually made by, have you heard of Meher Baba in India?
Yes.
Yeah. So this chart was not made by me. It was actually, I was kind of modifying it because he, in this chart, he showed similarities between mystics, Sufism, and Vedantic related terms. So he tried to show that we all have the similar background, and the terminology that we usually use for mysticism, it's almost same. Because what we call in Islam Allah and the Paramatma in Hinduism or whatever in Sanatana Dharma, it's the same thing. So it's there is no difference inwardly. If we speak spiritually, then there is no difference. And the problem is that when we talk about spirituality, it's a big thing. It's a huge subject because unless a person is not face problems with life and complications with life, it's not that easy to understand spirituality. This is my point of view. Because why would you even what's the purpose of life? If you ask that question to anybody, then I guess nobody is going to be able to answer, because we can't stay here in this world for a permanent time. We have to drop this body sooner or later. We have to drop this body, so our journey doesn't end after death. So we have to keep on moving. So where a person goes after death, what happens? So this question remains. It's a mystery in every religion. What happens after death? So this unknown phenomena keeps chasing people throughout their life because they don't know what's going to happen.
So you said you drew the chart. So what did you infer?
I actually, first of all, I made this very clear concept about how our how our soul's journey started and how it will end, where we have to go. And I made some modification right at the right side over here, like this, the planes that we have to cross, like how we get liberated from mind and matter and everything. That's it. That's the thing. So I'll send you the chart so that you can have some idea about it.
Yes. Great. We started the talk because you had questions of my Guruji, that you told me that you found his video of Khechri Mudra, and he is a perfected yogi. So that got you interested in knowing more, in contacting me. But then you have already connected with Meher Baba in some way. How did you find this information from Meher Baba?
Thanks to the internet, first of all, because when you actually when you start searching for the truth, then I don't think you need anybody's help. It just comes. There is always a spiritual connection with these gurus. They always pull you towards them somehow. I don't know, but it's a spiritual matter. So I was doing a research on it. So when I was doing a research, I found Meher Baba on the internet and meherbaba.org. There I found a lot of information about him, and I saw that he was trying to combine all the religions together, and he was trying to show that we all are one and we all have the same journey to complete. So don't divide, okay? Don't make dissections among religions, because we are all same. And there are few questions that you will not be able to, most of the religious priests, mullahs, or whatever you call them, they cannot answer every question, because this is a mystical world, and all the scriptures are not able to give you answer directly. The Quran, the Gita, obviously these are the fundamentals of every religion, but they won't be able to answer the question, because Paramahamsa Yogananda once said that every verse in the Gita have threefold meaning. And if you only know the outward meaning, and if you don't know the inner meaning, which means that your knowledge is not complete, it's incomplete. Okay, you must understand the threefold meaning. To understand the threefold meaning, you need to open your inner eye. Without opening your inner eye, you cannot understand the verses of Gita. So anybody who wants to study Gita or Quran, or in a normal sense like us, so like normal human being, they will misinterpret it. They'll obviously misinterpret, because we are always conditioned in our mind. We are jammed up. There are so many complications, and we try to impose those complications on those verses and try to understand. So we are always going to misinterpret it, because the clarity of our mind is not there. So what these gurus taught us: free yourself from the strangled hold of matter and mind, and try to grasp the inner meaning. Then you will really understand the essence of every religion. This is the thing that they have tried to do. But we are the one who messed it up. We think as a Muslim, our Quran is best. Some people who are from Sanatana Dharma, they think Gita is best. But actually, nobody knows the truth. So I was interested in searching for the truth. So maybe it was Lord's will that He provided me with all these, great saints. That's the thing.
Amazing. So what are some of the practices you have done?
I have not done any practices, because doing practices without a guru is, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter how much you practice, because in my religion, I have to pray 5 times. That's a religious law. I mean, you have to do it. But the fact is, it is not going to take you anywhere unless you find a real guru. And that is where the main problem starts, because you can find gurus everywhere, but to find a real guru is very tough. It's extremely difficult. And that is a big problem, because that's a challenge. It's not a problem, it's a big challenge, because you don't know when you're going to find your guru. And even if you try your best, you might not be able to get him, because you're not prepared for that. The guru might also look for you that this is not the perfect time to become a disciple of mine, so you have to wait. So you just don't know when you're going to find your guru. So unless I find my real guru, I'm not going anywhere with my this.
You have some profound inquiries and profound insights as a conclusion of all your seeking.
Some of the best gurus in the world. Have you heard of Swami Vishuvananda? He was in Paramahamsa Yogananda's autobiography of Yogi. There was a saint who was the perfume saint.
Okay.
In Calcutta. So he, in one of his book, he wrote that a guru, you cannot find your own method, first of all, because a guru will tell you which method is correct for you. You just can jump into Kriya Yoga by just reading autobiography of Yogi. You can just start doing Hatha Yoga by just looking at Gorakshnath. Because you just can follow some tradition all of a sudden, and you think that you will reach enlightenment. That is not that easy, because your guru will tell you the right method for you, because only he can tell your past lives, nobody else. Because even though you might study a lot of things in religion, but the problem is you don't know who you were in past. You might be a Shiva worshipper, you might be someone who could have devoted your whole life devoted to Krishna, and in this life you are born as a Muslim. So depending on that incarnation, your guru will provide you the method. He might give you a mantra. Based on that mantra, you might reach your enlightenment. So you can't just choose by your own methods and move on to the path of spirituality. That is going to be a disaster. This is my own perception, and this is what is happening around the world today. People are reading Babaji's book and they think that there is someone sitting in the Himalayas. That is in some way true, but they are just following their own methods. And I don't think that is so easy. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of time to reach the ultimate. And nobody is willing to dedicate that time. Everyone is busy with life. Everyone is busy with their families. They have office. And in the leisure time, they think yoga is is the only thing that they should be doing to relax themselves, but not reaching the ultimate. Yeah, that is the problem. We are not ready to sacrifice. We are not ready to give up. And those attachments and clingings and cravings are always there.
All that conditioning.
All that conditioning.
Yeah.
You know, Loknath Brahmachari, have you heard of him? Baba Loknath Brahmachari Samadhi Mandir is in Dhaka, in Bangladesh. I mean, not in Dhaka, it's near Dhaka. So he was one of the top saints. And once he lived around, I don't remember, he was almost 160 years old. And a student went to him and asked him, Baba, how do I become like you? How can I reach the ultimate? And he told, look, the God that you are praying to is money. You're always attached to the woman. And you know, if you really want to know the Para Brahma, if you're really interested to know Brahma, then you have to prepare yourself like that. Only if you are prepared, then come to me. I'll show you the real Brahma. I'll show you the ultimate. And if you think that the only thing that you are going to chase is money, and you run after wealth, then don't come to me. That is never going to happen. Yeah, he said that.
When was that? How old were you?
It was a long time ago. Like it's written in the story. Like I was not there. Like he's not there anymore. He passed away a long time ago. But he told to a student who came to him long time back. Even some masters tells that generally it takes 4 lifetimes to reach the ultimate. So it's not a child's play. This is my own point of view, so don't take it otherwise. And the most toughest thing is to find a real guru. The most difficult thing in this world to find a real guru. And I was really amazed to see how Baba Mohandas Ji demonstrated a Nirvikalpa Samadhi. This is absolutely a miracle, because you first of all you don't do this sort of thing in front of a camera, because these are very secret matters. And he completely went to Samadhi for 9 days and he returned back to the body. That is something rare.
He did that every year and frequently. But he allowed that one time for it to be futurized so other people could see. And now you are getting to watch that. For that very purpose, he could even go up to 6 months. And
because once you drop the body, you're not you're already in your subtle body, and once you're in the subtle body, the gross body actually doesn't matter, which means he's completely not there anymore. And the most amazing fact is that some yogis, what happens, they know the technique to leave the body, but they don't know how to return on the same body. And that is another problem, because but Baba did it, which means that he have already accomplished the thing. Already he completely accomplished the ultimate.
Yes, and not only would he be out of the body, but he would be actually in his physical presence simultaneously at that time in different parts of the world. We call 1008 siddhis that he was a perfected yogi.
Absolutely, yeah.
And when you are that perfected, it doesn't matter if you have a body or a gross body or not, because you're ever present, everywhere. So even though he took his Mahasamadhi in 2013, it's very difficult for me to talk about it like he's not there, because for many of us, where he visits and he'll give you instructions, he'll be there in his physical form. So you become one with the cosmos at the same time. You can take on any form, any time that you want to. So what are some of the questions that I can answer for you?
No, actually, like then what happened is, like after researching few days, I saw Baba in dream.
Yes, I am most excited about that, to know what. Tell me everything
I was like, what I saw in my dream is that I was entering a temple. It was kind of where people used to get satsang type thing, where Baba used to sit and people used to come. all I saw was that he didn't talk to me, but when I entered the room, I saw Baba was sitting on a stage type thing. He was wearing a red dress. I don't know how frequently Baba used to wear red colored dress. I don't know. Red dress. And he was just looking at me. He didn't say a single word. A few moments later, he just got up and he just walked away gently in front of me. That's it. I was absolutely sure that it was Baba. And he
So what did he look like?
Same as the person when he was in some of the video thing. Like he was all shaved and he had those I guess green eyes maybe. Yeah.
Okay, you saw the green eyes.
Green
Okay.
eyes. I was clear about it. It was Baba, no doubt. There is no doubt, absolutely no doubt.
Was his head shaven or did he have
he shaven. Yeah.
Okay. Did he have the tilak?
Tilak, I don't remember, but he had some kind of necklace on his.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, he had a necklace. Yeah. So I wouldn't remember this dream if it was not true.
So it's not uncommon at all. And even he'll come in the dreams of people who have never met him and don't know much about him, or they're complete strangers to him. And later on they will see a picture or come across him, and then they will say, oh, I saw you in my dreams. You were the one in my dreams. Yeah.
So they're like the perfect living being, and I'm so like I think you are one of the most luckiest person living in this world to have someone like him. Yes,
I do. I say that I am one of the luckiest people.
Yeah, because you have been under a perfect master, which means that almost you're on the track. We are so much into the scriptures and following the outward rituals. We think that that's it. We are going to get liberated after death, but that is not the fact. People who are not liberated while living, they are not going to get liberated after death. This is the biggest misconception, and we have a very short period of time to do that. It's not like that we have a very long life to live and we will do our sadhana later on and we'll get liberated. It's not that easy. And another problem is when you are living inside an orthodox religion, when you talk about gurus and saints, people usually don't want to accept it. They think that you should not find a guru. Why? What's the use of finding a guru? Why do you need this? You have Quran, you have Gita, just study it, follow it. You will be able to get across the ocean of life, but that is not that easy. You have all these bindings, you have all these obstacles where you have to overcome all this, and you have to search for the truth. So you have social barrier, you have cultural barrier. There are so many things.
Absolutely. You hit on the the biggest obstacles. So many layers after layers of this conditioning. And you need to have that complete 100% trust that someone has my back and is holding me when I'm going through this confusing period. And because a lot of confusion will happen, disorientation, because, the reality starts shifting for you.
Yeah.
And that is the time, that is when as long as you're connected from your heart, from your seeking, it does not matter where he is physically. And to have that 100% trust that he understands what is going on and that he is holding me. But one thing, to clarify a little bit, if I may, about Sanatana Dharma, my understanding of Sanatana Dharma is strictly from my own knowledge, from my own experience, which then later on got corroborated. So Sanatana Dharma is a science and art. It is not prescribed by there's no one person, no one book. It is just as much a science and art is part of our life. It tells us how we can function in the world, what my true nature is set of techniques and practices that you can follow to realize yourself.
Absolutely.
And dharma is your ultimate truth lies within realizing yourself. So whether you seek God or you seek your own truth, it's one and the same. And Sanatan means eternal.
Eternal, yeah.
And dharma means that whatever is your true nature, just like fire's true nature is heat, sugar's true nature is sweetness, salt's true nature is saltiness. So what is my true nature? What is your, as a human being, my true nature is that I am Brahma.
Yes, I am the eternal.
I am the divine. And that's the eternal truth. Absolutely. That's your truth. That's my truth.
That's everyone's truth.
And we are all unique. Yeah. Because of our lifetimes and the impressions and our thoughts and feelings. Our DNAs are unique, our fingerprints are unique. So why not, the sum total of my tendencies, my seeking, that will come out of the sum total of what I am, mind, body, emotions, thoughts, is unique. This is what the ancient rishis and sages who looked inside themselves from that inner research, they came to that understanding that each one's way to seeking their own truth is unique.
Unique, yeah.
And it needs to be respected. And everybody has their own time and own place in that timeline. Yeah. It does not mean that that timeline cannot be made lightning speed. Yeah. You can slow it down or you can make it fast. This does not mean that you are better or worse than the other person. It's just wherever you are, you begin from there. And you follow the path that you most connect with. It doesn't matter even if it's a piece of stone or it is a piece of leaf or a tree. Yeah, whatever connects you with it is your path. So Sanatana Dharma, just like we don't have a founder of physics or chemistry or painting or sketching, everybody contributed to it. Yeah. So the same way, everybody who is realizing themselves is contributing to the whole science and art of finding yourself. Now, the one who's already found it and is completely established in it already knows your entire soul picture. Yeah. Not just you as in this lifetime. And so they can give you a specific method. So therefore, it is not a religion. It is way of life that is applicable to everybody. So out of that, for some people, it works well because they are so established in the body that they need some rituals. They cannot immediately go to the unmanifest, to something that is unseen. They need something that's very physical to connect with. And so when whatever gives you that feeling of love, gives you that feeling of peace and joy, it doesn't matter what it is. You can be in nature. And whatever reminds you of divine.
Divine. Absolutely.
It doesn't matter. Swami Mohandas Ji even would give an analogy of a love letter. When you receive a love letter from your beloved, you are reading that letter and you're feeling so much love and joy in your heart. It's not the paper. It's not the ink. It's the feeling of the essence of what you are connecting to your beloved. And the ink and the words and the language and the piece of paper is just the means. to somebody else, that won't mean anything. But to you, you'd be kissing that paper, you'd be crying, you'd be ecstatic. And so that's the difference. So whatever connects you to that experience, to that feeling, and the memory and the visualization, thinking when you're reading that, and it's like imagining I'll meet her or him, and so it doesn't matter. All of them, in Hindi, the word is called pratik. That's just a symbol. The piece of paper and ink and all is just a symbol. And rituals by itself don't mean anything except your inner divine. Now, I do want to say that if you do not have the full understanding yet as to what that ritual means, it does not take away. It's better to do it than do nothing at all, right? Instead of, if I have 1 hour and I can sit and do some ritual instead of going to just watch a crazy horror movie or something, how am I want to spend my time? Even if I don't have understanding, it is still something where I'm concentrating in some positive, productive manner. So we cannot, so I have full respect for all the rituals we have, the prayers, the methods. They may not apply to me or you or someone else. If you have something more effective to connect you to, and that could be anything. That could be anything for you. So Babaji, first of all, said that whatever method that you follow should be something that you feel connected to.
True. Yeah.
And it should be something that makes you feel like you can do it. Like, what is the point of having something elaborate to do and you can't do it? Method is just a method. It's not in the technique, it's in your seeking. It's with the intensity, the purity of your seeking. And Baba Mohandas Ji says that if there's purity and intensity in your seeking, then literally anything, just one little sound, anything can awaken you.
True.
So, but you can do any amount of techniques and not have that seeking
experience.
Then it's just one other technique. In fact, it can harm you more because it'll add to your ego. We as human beings don't have the capacity to find the guru. Guru finds you. And so we can do whatever method that we connect with and follow that. And if in your heart you feel that I connect with this person or this guru, then just go with that, and the guru will automatically connect with you, which in this case, it's like my guru's already connected with you because he came in your dream.
And they can do that, just within blink of an eye, because they have reached the ultimate.
So in essence, there is no space and no time. This is an illusion created, which is something, because it's created by our mind. So we cannot use our mind to experience no space, no time. We can't use that faulty device. In this case, it's a faulty device. Otherwise, it's a great device. With that same device, we cannot. So we have to go out of the mind. To experience something that's unlimited. But we use our mind to be able to navigate some of those practices and techniques and methods. So point being, when Babaji is in no space and no time, he can appear simultaneously to different people. You said exactly what Sanatana Dharma says, our true nature. We are here to become aware and realize our true nature while we are in physical body. We do experience that when we are outside the body, when we leave the body, when we so-called die, but then it's kind of too late.
Yes.
And then we have to come back in the body to try to get to that state again. So the ultimate purpose is to experience that while we are in
just let me add something to you, if you don't mind. Look, the problem, another like complication starts when remembering the past memories. When you get a new body after death, for a certain moment you might be able to recall your past life, but after 12 years or 11 years, you don't know who you were, and you are just in a certain part of the world. Maybe in your past life you were in India, but now you're in Mexico or in USA or whatever it is. The phenomena completely changed, because unless you're not reaching that state, the realization, or you call nirvikalpa samadhi, or in Buddhism you call it nirvana, it becomes extremely difficult for you to propel towards the ultimate. When you get a new body and you don't know whether you are going to continue this journey in your next life or not. So I mean, you have to be very, very, very aware of your our true nature. You have to be very meditative. We have to introspect things, what goes in our mind, and our mind is the greatest deception. It's that you have already said, the time and space thing, because we are in duality. In Sanskrit we call it Advaita. No, not Advaita. Advaita means there is no duality, but we are always in a duality. So as long as we are living in duality, we are doing everything in our mind. Even if we call God, that God is also created in our mind, which means that we are not seeking the real God. We are seeking something which is being created in our mind. We are always bound in that small space. So yes, that's the thing. So that is what I believe. And Sanatana Dharma is actually giving you the freedom of choice.
Yes.
That is the greatest thing about Sanatana Dharma, because Gita is not telling you to do this. Gita is not telling you to do that. If you don't do this, you have to become this. If you don't do this, it's giving you choice. That yes, this is the purpose of life. Either you have to move inward, or there is no other way. There is only one way, that is inward way. I don't see any other way. Every religion is giving us the same thing. Even in Islam, you might ask me why I find Sanatana Dharma to be one of the most, what do you call that? It's an amazing dharma, because Prophet Muhammad, he realized God in this life, in this human body. Because first he liberated himself from everything, and then he brought Quran, which means you do realization first, and the scriptures comes later. So in a sense, the Sanatana Dharma have already told about it long time back. Okay, so we should not follow the scriptures first, but to realize ourselves first, which Sanatana Dharma speaks about.
You made an excellent point, and this is what Baba Mohandas Ji says also. The Vedas didn't make enlightened people. Enlightened people wrote Vedas. Yeah, that's what they spoke, and that was written. So the ultimate knowledge is within you, and then you can write something.
Yes, it's a thing. And there is infinite number of methods, and that's what I told you at the beginning of the video, that you don't know what method you are going to follow. Only your guru knows the perfect method for you. Because I have seen many of the people don't know about Mother Kali, Aghambagish, a sadhu. His name is Aghambagish. He used to meditate in Himalayas and in Tibet, and Mother Kali appeared in when he was meditating. Mother Kali appeared, and he created that statue. It's in Calcutta. I don't know, Navadip. There is a place called Navadip, and that is the first place where Mother Kali appeared. And from that, people started to, Shasan Kali, Mother Kali. There are so many Kalis out there, and people think that she is an avatar. But that avatar also appeared to a human. and then the ritual started. So God can appear in any form. He can appear in a form of a guru. He can appear in a form of a mantra. So you just don't know what method is suitable for you. But what happens with Sanatana Dharma is it's giving you the choice. You can do meditation, you can do yoga, you can pray mantra or whatever you want. You can do that.
You are a testimony to that because you've had that seeking, and then Guruji, how you got connected, and here we are talking today. We all got completely different directions, but each one of us got the Guru mantra, Diksha mantra, but even how to use that mantra, when to use that mantra, those were very specific to each person. And another interesting thing that happened with me, once Guru gives you Diksha mantra, for me, he changed it 4 times during my journey with my Guru. That proved to me that there is a certain purpose for each mantra. There is a Guru mantra that we have. It's out there on internet also. I can send it. Om Guru Devaya Nama. Yes, you can be playing that, and that is an excellent way to connect. And then there is a Ram Mahamantra Path. It's a tiny little book. Babaji told many people to read that.
Ram Mahamantra.
Ram Mahamantra Path. The Bangla music and Bangla language is so sweet.
So sweet, so, yeah, amazing.
Yeah, beautiful language.
And many of the great people's languages in Bangla, like Paramahamsa Yogananda, he used to speak in Bangla. Yes. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was from Bengali. Ma Anandamayi Ma was from Bengal. And yes. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Dev was from Bengal. So there are so many enlightened beings are from Bengal. So yeah, Baba Loknath used to speak in Bengali. Then Bama Kappa, have you heard of him? Bama Kappa? No, Saint Bama Kappa, like in Tarapit. If you ever been in Tarapit, he is from Bengal. So yeah, great people are from Bengal. Yeah, Tagore, Nazrul.
Yeah, there's so much depth in, because so much of the culture, the literature, the music, the arts is all based in Bangla.
Even Lahiri Mahasaya, the great Kriya Guru. And another thing about him is I don't want to mention his birth date and my birth date is on the same, like.
Oh, wow.
It's also Maulana Rumi. Have you heard of Rumi? It's also the same date. So,
oh, wow.
So the Kriya Yoga, that is the world famous Kriya Yoga, the self-realization fellowship organization. So the main center or the main root is from Bengali. Yeah. Even the tantras, most of the Kamakhya. Have you heard of Kamakhya temple? And all this Assam, and these are all from Bengal. All the languages are in Bengal. So this field is actually more related to tantra and spiritualism and everything. Yeah. And we also have Sufis. Great saints came from Yemen, Turkey. They came here and they fought with the different kind of to establish their own ideology. Actually, it was actually a spiritual war. It's not like war between people killing people. It was all about spirituality.
So are you able to travel?
Yeah, I have traveled out of Dhaka. I have been in India once in my life, but I'm planning to go to India. I'll be visiting Puri, Varanasi, Ajmer, some of the famous religious places.
The presence of how he's one.
He's always there. He's always there. He's absolutely guiding all the people towards liberation. Yeah.
You can still be following your Islam practices from Sikh religion. Many of them are Babaji's followers.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the religion because you're already getting the guidance from a perfect master. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm always connected. Like I feel like, I don't know, I have seen the Samadhi videos so many times and I always feel like watching that video. I see his pictures and this is how you get connected. And the most important thing is he is a rare saint. He's very rare.
Rarest of the rare. So each guru has a personality and So his is just exuding love. See, Sanatana Dharma basis is experience. It's experiential. You cannot understand the formless from your mind. You only can experience. You can explain a rose with your eyes, with your senses, but you cannot explain fragrance of a rose. You can only experience it. You can say how beautiful it was or what it did to you, but you cannot give that experience of that fragrance to me. Right. And so divine is that fragrance.
Take the soul from what we call in Bangla the bhavo samudra, the sea of illusion, and take to the other side. So they take the whole responsibilities on their shoulder.
Exactly what he would say. Now you are my responsibility. So when he gives you that Diksha mantra, that's what he's saying. Now your self-enlightenment is my responsibility.
Like if we try by ourselves to cross that ocean of existence, we don't know the route. We don't know the path. So we need that guidance.
And infinite ways to get lost.
Like I heard Meher Baba talking about God realization, and he told that, look, if you're damn serious about seeking God, you have to become damn serious, okay? Or else just don't do it for your, for entertainment or just to know. And that is one of the things that we must always learn, that this is not a child's play. This is my own perception, because that's like you are reaching the ultimate of your existence. And the time is very short, so it's our duty to make our time and go for the ultimate. The intensity and the longing to reach God that takes a devotee to its ultimate destination. The love, the pull.
Don't just take it very lightly, but at the same time not become too stressed out. And it's just like in this day and age, he said, just even the Diksha mantra, that is enough. Chanting from your heart with intensity, that's enough, and Guru will take care of the rest. Other than there's some specific thing he's told you to practice.
It all depends on him, because Guru knows to whom he will give the Diksha mantra and to whom he will be providing the yoga sadhana, and it all depends on him.
Now there are many who waited years and years and they didn't get the Diksha mantra from him. And that's what made me realize how lucky we are.
And another thing is, gurus, they do know everything about a human being when they look at you, your past karma, your former lives, your sanskaras and everything, and they won't tell you, and they won't tell you every secret, because if they start to tell you the secret, you won't be able to stay there. They'll be, oh my God, he knows everything about me. How?
So was this helpful to you?
Yes, of course, ma'am. Look, you don't usually talk to these things to the people. I mean, you can't talk all these things to normal people. There must be someone who listens to all this and provides you some advice on this. So you're like my mentor now. Like, you're guiding me to my ultimate liberation. Baba Mohandas Ji, and he blessed me. Like, I saw him that he came to a room. Like, I was walking into a shopping mall. He used to wear a white dress. Like, I saw him in his old age, like the mustache and all this. Then he came and he just blessed me like this on my head, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how I got connected to Meher Baba as well.
Oh my gosh.
So you have been in Meher Baba's ashram. I'm really amazed at how
I have pictures.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there is so similarities between. This is how things work in spirituality. You don't know where you are going, but later on you explore that. Oh, okay, this was. It's a circle. Yeah. And all of them are really, really, like, they're perfect masters. Like, Meher Baba was one of the perfect masters. And Sri Vikeshwar, Lahiri Mahashaya, they were also the perfect master. So it's all same. Like Baba Mohandas Ji, they are all perfect masters.
Same. I believe that there are many people who are self-realized, but that how far they have evolved into within that. And secondly is what is their role? So there could be someone whose role is not to be a public figure, to really come out and give like this diksha, to have disciples, and there are many who might have the realization, but they were not given a specific role to play. So we don't find out about them. And then even out of those who are in public or who have disciples, they all seem to function very differently.
And this is secret, and they don't want it to get exposed to the people, and they want it to be okay, fine. But those who are interested, they will come automatically. I mean, naturally, they'll draw towards me.
Right. Like Ramana Maharishi also. He didn't even step out of his compound, but people came to him.
Baba was unique. Baba, Baba what people thinks in their dream, Baba demonstrated in practical, like he did it practically. And that is the only thing that most of those so-called gurus cannot even. I don't want to mention anyone's name, but we don't see that in these days.
Meeting with Babaji was witnessing amazing miracles.
The living God. He was the living God. And the problem is that we don't see that usually to any other guru. They talk a lot about being enlightened, do this, do that, but he has done something which cannot be replaced. This is out of
any possible power that you can imagine. We've seen it happen, like full control over time and space. But he would not go around displaying it. He would act like he knows nothing.
I know.
He did not display it unless it was absolutely necessary for some bigger divine reason.
Where is Babaji's Guru's Samadhi? Like Baba Bharas Dasji's Samadhi?
It's in Rajasthan. I never got his darshan. My father did. So many people who are on the satsang, they did. And maybe if you happen to join our satsang, which is tomorrow, your Sunday, 8 p.m., you can ask that. So Babaji has an ashram in Canada also. And it transcends, completely transcends all religion. It's not religious at all. So Babaji, in fact, would very much emphasize it's just love. That you be open, you visit everybody. And that is why I've been so open to visiting any other master's ashram or.
So he didn't mind going to.
He would.
Okay.
Not at all. Now, not for everybody.
Okay.
So see, if he saw that somebody had that tendency that they would get confused. So there are people who got the strict instruction, you're not to go anywhere, you're not to study anybody's book because of their tendency that this person is already on a shaky ground. And can get diverted or get confused. I've gone to Buddhist temples. A lot of my Facebook friends are Buddhist monks. I have two Muslim, Meher Baba and Baba Jan. You heard of?
Yeah, Hazrat Baba Jan. He was one of the Meher Baba's master. Yeah, she was a female saint. Yeah.
Yes.
Pune.
Pune. So when I was in Pune, I went to her Samadhi.
Shrine. Yeah. Majar.
That was beautiful. Swami Mohandas Ji did not restrict. Now, the ones who know, he knows, will only be enhanced by listening to others or visiting others, had that openness to go there. And even Osho, Bhagwan Rajneesh, he praised him and he encouraged some of the disciples to read his books and listen to him. So he knew who should be taught.
Yeah. It depends on the level of his.
Right. In general, this tells you that he encourages that all are one. It didn't matter.
Yeah,
So
true.
that, but do something that gives you the experience of your inner
being.
divine
Yeah.
self. Yeah, and that through the Diksha mantra
Diksha
and
mantra.
and whatever
You can take
practices.
the Diksha mantra and practice your own religion. So yeah, you can do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's not in conflict at
Perfect.
all.
Yeah, because this is absolutely divine. It has nothing to do with outward form or anything like that. Yeah.
Right, right. Because if that's what you're connected to and that's what you follow, that's like become part of your practice, then do that. You
Yeah,
are not.
one of the Sikh master, I really do respect him, and I think Baba Sawan Singh.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, Dera from
There
from
are Radha
uh,
Sami Satsang. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
Baba
yeah.
Sawan Singh, I feel really connected to him as well. Baba
Okay.
Sawan Singh, and he is an amazing, uh, perfect master as well. Yeah.
Yes, practice was little his way of he did through sound,
Yeah. Surat
you
Shabd
know,
Yog. Yeah.
Surat Shabd Yog.
His method was like his point. It's Aggo Chakra. Like keep
Mhm.
focusing on the eye and then just remembering the five names. Nam. I don't know. Maybe yeah. And just keep
Mhm.
on repetition. Simran. Doing
Same.
Simran repetition. Yeah.
Baba Mohandas Ji's is the same way.
Yeah.
Is like his Simran of his Diksha mantra with focus on the third eye.
Third eye. Yeah. It's like people call it Bihangam Marg. There are some Pipilika Marg. Pipilika means ants way of reaching, and this is called bird's way. There are some ways. So
Yeah, yeah.
once
Just
you
like
are
Kriya Yoga, there's just
yeah.
certain, yeah,
But Kriya
visualization.
Yoga, yeah, Baba was following the last part of the Kriya Yoga, that Khechari Mudra,
Uh-huh.
piercing with the tongue going backwards. And it's the same thing, but this method is more, acceptable because it's easier for people to repeat names and connect it
Mm-hmm.
to the sound current, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And once you're
Um,
connected to the sound current, then it helps you to disconnect yourself from the bodily experiences and
that's why in this time period of
yeah.
the yoga, the masters say it's the sound, the vibration, the Diksha mantra, or just connect to a mantra. That is the best way, just chanting.
Chanting, yeah.
Yeah, chanting. So even if it's not Diksha mantra, just some sort of chant like Ram, 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 like Neem Karoli Baba, he would just say chant Ram, 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 Ram.
Yeah.
So most of the Babaji's disciples also, I've heard that they were just told to do the chanting of the mantra, but then just certain disciples were given something additional.
Right.
Like this meditation,
Yes.
and do this yoga sadhana. Not everybody was told. So he says like there's Gayatri mantra also. That's extremely powerful. So I've heard him in general gatherings. He has told people, the ones who were not seeking Diksha mantra or who didn't know about it, or that Babaji would tell them, just chant Gayatri mantra.
Yeah, it takes a lot of efforts to bring the attention towards God, because that is the first task that we must do. Is what happens due to our emotions, due to our conditioning, we get totally detached from it. You have to pull your attention every time you wake up in the morning. You have to pull your attention towards God. I'm not lost. So those things.
Process is intention and attention. Because intention and attention, and once you have that, then everything else is Guru's responsibility.
Guru's responsibilities. Yes, yes. You have given your best, so you have to leave the rest to the Guru.
Ready.
Yes, I'm just waiting for a perfect Guru to
flower.
I forgot to tell you something. I forgot to mention you something. I know I'm taking a lot of time from you, but um, um, there was a saint in Dhaka. I don't remember. He was a naked saint.
Naga Baba.
Naga Baba type. He was not from Bangladesh actually. So he used to stay. He used to sleep and eat on a platform, and I used to visit him. And he used to say he never used to say a word, but what he did, you know, uh, in India and Bangladesh, people chew pan leaves. Have you, most of the grandmas eat pan. So So what
Yeah.
he did, he saw me one day and he was very, happy and everything. And he chewed some pan, he put it outside from his mouth and he told me, you have it, have it. So I did that without any like,
Wow.
and I don't know why I did that. I never had any experience, but he just did that all of a sudden out of nowhere. And after 3 months, he passed away. And before he passed away,
Wow.
he saw he gave like he showed himself, like I dreamt him that he is leaving this world. And then later on, when I went to that station, I found him that he was not there anymore.
You know his name?
I don't know his name. He doesn't have any identity. He
Oh.
came here naked and stayed there for almost 12 years. I don't know why, but people used to gather around him, but he never used to speak in any words. Never. But he left. But before he left this world, he showed me in dream that he's just leaving. And there I saw
Wow.
him
And
that, yeah.
that is amazing blessing he gave you.
Maybe, I don't know, because I don't know. These things happened with me. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's how I got more, inspired towards
Enlightened master like that will give you something
Jesus.
on his own. And their food, when they're giving you, sharing their food with you, that is extremely rare and special.
Okay. I never shared this story with anybody because I know that sharing this story to anybody, it's not a story, it's reality. But people might think, I never, I was like out of my head because I thought that, okay, this might be a chance. I never hesitated to, I just was, okay,
How
fine,
old
just
were
give me and
you?
just, I ate it. Yeah.
But somebody else might have just rejected it, or
Rejected it. And there were only one or two person out there. So they were like,
So,
yeah, he have given you something, eat it. I was okay.
wow, how old were you?
Yeah, I've just completed my high school, just entering to my first years of university. At that time,
You're a teenager. Wow.
teenage. I was teenage. Yeah. I feel always, that is one of the reason why I feel really pulled towards spiritual masters.
You've been guided by Babaji.
Babaji, yeah, and I feel really pulled towards him, Baba Mohandas Ji. I'll just reach you anytime when I have any queries or answer questions. And meanwhile, I'll be
Everything that you mentioned and all the points we brought up is informative for
very
people.
essential.
You're a testimony how Guru finds you. They'll find you if you have the seeking.
If you have that
Hmm.
thirst to,
Yeah.
Guru finds you. It's his will that matters. It's not our will.
Thank you. Namaste.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much. Bye, ma'am.